a Wisconsin woman, 27 years old, who ends up stabbing her boyfriend during an argument over some chicken dinner.
Prosecutors charge an Okauchee woman with homicide after investigators say she stabbed her boyfriend because of a chicken dinner.
Waukesha County reporter Brett Lemoyne joining us live with the emotional plea from the victim's father. Brett?
Yeah, Ted and Mary, Lac La Belle police say 27-year-old Michaela Kloth got a hold of a knife and stabbed her boyfriend through the heart. This all happened on Friday night in Okauchee, which is an unincorporated area in the village of Lac La Belle. When investigators arrived, they found a man flat on his back. They asked Kloth why she did it. Kloth said she did it because she wanted to go out to eat that night, and her boyfriend had come over to her apartment to cook chicken drumsticks instead. When asked if there was a struggle, Kloth told police, quote, "No, I did stab him." And
so you can't even bring home chicken dinner. You make chicken dinner. Be careful who you decide to spend your life with. It's truly that simple.
Quote. Kloth says her boyfriend grabbed a knife on the blade side and she got angry and she pushed the knife into his chest. The victim's father spoke in court Monday. He asked we not name him or his 25-year-old son.
Please never let that monster walk the streets ever again.
She admits saying, "I stabbed him. If you have to take me to jail, okay." She didn't hesitate with the discussion with the officers.
Now, a week before this incident, the victim told someone that Kloth, quote, bit his thumb and that he was afraid for his safety. Today, a court commissioner set Kloth's cash bond at $2 million. Reporting live in...
Now, we don't know everything that happened, but the way she reacted when talking to the officers, if you got to take me to jail, okay. Like, it was so nonchalant, or I mean, just the way they described it. Let's go over to this next video and see what else they tell us.
Lucas Roche of Delafield was a lot of things to his family. A loving son and brother, a special uncle, a devoted dog dad. But the 25-year-old's life came to a shocking end at this Okauchee apartment Friday night, stabbed to death, prosecutors say, by his longtime girlfriend, 27-year-old Michaela Kloth.
She admits saying, "I stabbed him. If you have to take me to jail, okay."
According to the criminal complaint issued at Kloth's court hearing Monday, she told investigators Lucas was, quote, pushing her buttons because he brought chicken over to cook at the apartment when, quote, she would rather go out.
This complaint indicates that this young lady ultimately got into an argument because he brought home chicken to eat instead of taking her out.
According to the complaint, Kloth admitted to investigators she was stabbed Lucas because, quote, she was angry, and went on to say, quote, she should have just gone to the bar, and the whole thing was just irritating.
I stand before you a shattered man.
The family was unaware of the circumstances of the stabbing here until the complaint was referenced in court, and they expressed outrage that it was over something so petty.
Please never let that monster walk the streets ever again.
Come on now. Over some chicken. This man probably, now this just giving inferences here. You know, times is hard. Going out is expensive. He probably got the chicken because that's what he could afford. He came home, tried to make a good dinner. She got upset. He's trying to cut the vegetables, whatever he needs to cut. She ends up pushing the knife into his heart. And then she was just ready for the consequences.
The commissioner set bail at $2 million cash, saying,
"This makes no sense at all."
In Waukesha, Nick Bohr, WISN 12 News.
In a statement to 12 News, Rosh's parents and sister said, quote, "We are completely broken at the tragic and senseless loss of our only son. Lucas John Rosh was the most loving, giving, kind-hearted person anyone could ever meet." Cloth remains in custody on $2 million bail.
$2 million bail. She most likely will not be able to make that, but you never know. Let's get over into the AI breakdown just to see what else we can find about this whole thing. We got a Wisconsin woman, 27-year-old Cloth, has been charged with first-degree homicide for allegedly stabbing her boyfriend, Lucas, 25, during an argument over a chicken dinner. The argument reportedly began on the night of April 24th at Cloth's apartment because Cloth wanted to go out to eat, but he instead brought over her chicken drumsticks to cook in the air fryer. Cloth told investigators that the argument escalated when he pushed her buttons and turned off her music. She allegedly admitted to pushing the knife into his chest while he was attempting to take it from her hand. So she had the knife. Police found the victim on his back with a fatal wound that went through his heart. She was arrested and a court commissioner set her bond at $2 million. Now, I did want to see if there was any more details about this case we could find out. So a week before the fatal incident, they reportedly told acquaintances, the victim told acquaintances, he was worried about his safety. He claimed that she had bitten his thumb during a previous altercation. So she's one who likes to get violent. She initially told investigators she was trying to take the knife away from the victim. However, she later admitted that there was no physical struggle and that she purposely stabbed him out of anger, saying that she just acted on what he wanted, when he allegedly held the blade and asked if she wanted him to cut himself. Whoa. Let's back this up a little bit. So she stated that she purposely stabbed him out of anger, stating he just acted on what he wanted. I'm assuming she just acted on what he wanted. And he allegedly held the blade and asked if she wanted him to cut himself. So they had a wild dynamic. While being transported by the police, she allegedly made several dismissive comments, including that the situation was irritating and that she should have just gone out to a bar. She also reportedly stated that if they had locked her up, that was cool. Yeah, you see how nonchalant she is? At court, the father described his son as a kind-hearted person and urged the court to never let that monster walk on the streets again. She was previously known in the local community as the victim of a high-profile hit and run, had later faced separate charges for crashing into a car and hitting a police officer. Wow. And then she has her preliminary hearing set for May 29th. Wow. The whole dynamics of that relationship is crazy. The whole dynamics. And all this started because he brought home chicken legs for dinner. And she wanted to go out. Absolutely crazy situation, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on that situation. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. But at the end of the day, you need to choose the people you spend your life with very carefully. It sounds like he knew what kind of person she was. Seems like he was scared for his life, like she said, but it sounds like there's signs. There were signs that he just most likely ignored. At least that's my thinking, but let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all.